Locked inside a maximum security jail in Arizona, an Australian mother fights for her life. For nearly 8 years, Lisa Cunningham has been behind bars, charged with the first-degree murder of her 7-year-old stepdaughter, Sar. Tonight, for the first time in almost a decade, Lisa is ready to speak. As she prepares to stand trial, the world will hear her story, a narrative so dark, so fraught with tragedy, it challenges belief. But which version of events is true? The horrifying nightmare she allegedly inflicted, or the living hell she claims to endure for a crime she did not commit? The December 2017 indictment paints a grim picture: 10 counts of child abuse and the first-degree murder of Sar Cunningham. It's a story that could shatter any family, anywhere. Yet, for Lisa, it's a personal catastrophe, a relentless nightmare unfolding within the brutal walls of a maximum security facility. This is a crazy, dangerous, filthy, insane, disturbing place. She confides, her voice a testament to years of confinement. Lisa's lawyer, Eric Kessler, has made this journey countless times, navigating the harsh outskirts of Phoenix to visit his client. 8 years Lisa has waited, trapped in a 2-by-3-meter cell, allowed out for only an hour a day. Her neighbors, some of America's most infamous female killers. The state of Arizona has meticulously built a complex case against her, while Lisa has lived in limbo, her fate hanging in the balance. When asked about her past, her voice softens, a stark contrast to the grim present. Thinking about the kids and the life Jermaine and I built, it's such an unreal thing. It feels so far away, like it was 100 years ago. But it wasn't. It was literally 8 years ago. The most painful part, her family. Her family being split up, the children not being together. It's horrifying. Lisa's journey began far from these desert walls, on Queensland's serene Whitsunday coastline. She met her first husband, American Air Serviceman Russell Anderson, in Townsville. Together, they moved to the U.S. with their 2 children, Javian and Sierra. All she ever wanted to be was the best possible mom, Sierra recalls. After their divorce, Lisa met Jermaine Cunningham, a detective with the Phoenix police. Jermaine brought his 2 daughters, 3-year-old Sar and her older sister, into their blended family. Sar, a tiny figure, barely 3, remembered playing with a new Barbie, a cherished memory of innocence. Soon, Lisa and Jermaine welcomed 2 more children, Eva and Gabriel, creating a bustling household of 6. These kids came together and made a family that nature would never have made. Lisa remembers a poignant image of their diverse, loving unit. But as their family seemed complete, a shadow began to fall over Sar's vibrant spirit. The bright, bubbly 3-year-old who loved dolls began missing milestones. By age 6, she was increasingly consumed by dark thoughts and moods. When she started eating things she wasn't supposed to, Lisa recounts, "That's when we knew something was seriously wrong." Sar was suffering from PKA, a mental health condition that compelled her to swallow non-food items. "We had this big, noisy, amazing family," Lisa says, "and these kids were great. The sad thing was that this one thing happened that nobody really knew how to fix." Sierra witnessed her sister's struggle, describing it as the most painful thing I've ever witnessed. Sar's condition worsened, leading to self-harm. "I still have nightmares about the things she would do," Lisa reveals, recounting an incident where Sar tried to hurt her younger sister with a rod, chillingly stating, "I wanted to kill her." Desperate, Lisa and Jermaine sought professional help. A psychologist delivered a shocking diagnosis: schizophrenia, recommending a child psychiatrist and antipsychotic medication. Dr. Zeropoulos prescribed Risperdal, a powerful drug not recommended for children under 13, known for side effects including aggression, allergic reactions, and pneumonia-like symptoms. Within a week, Lisa researched Risperdal, discovering its age restriction. She called Dr. Zeropoulos' office, concerned about Sar's worsening cold and flu symptoms, which were linked to the drug. "I was told he would call me back," she says, but that call never came. Sar's condition deteriorated rapidly. Jermaine rushed home, and they took Sar to the emergency ward. Medevaced to Phoenix Children's Hospital, Sar's struggle continued. Then, the unthinkable. Doctors asked to intubate Sar's airway to protect it. Lisa and Jermaine agreed. A moment of terrifying medical intervention, a desperate attempt to protect her airway. But then, a catastrophic error. The tube, inserted incorrectly, was withdrawn and reinserted. In that critical window, Sar's heart stopped. They did CPR for about 12 minutes. Lisa whispers, the memory raw. Then they came over and said, "We're sorry. We're sorry. Jermaine and I were just..." "What do you mean you're sorry? What do we do now?" And they said, "I'm sorry. She's gone." Whether the intubation error or Sar's critical condition contributed to her death would never be fully established. But she was gone. Lisa remembers, just howling, a raw, primal howl of grief. Sierra recalls her sister's funeral as the moment it truly sank in, one that still has yet to be filled. She says of the whole Sar's death left. But within days, Arizona police would paint a far darker picture of Sar's life and death. They had Lisa and Jermaine in their sights for murder. The autopsy report was damning, a grim map of more than 100 cuts, bruises, and scars across Sar's body, in at least 60 locations. Lisa vehemently denies inflicting these injuries. Sar was diagnosed with self-injury. She argues, "How dare you or anybody else shame parents because they have a child that self-harms?" A wound on Sar's right foot, an inch wide down to the bone, according to medical reports, was deemed suspicious, prompting doctors to report her death. Lisa explains it differently. She was roller skating in the house and caught her foot on the weather strip of the patio door. Sar kept picking at it. It healed, and she kept picking at it because it was a symptom of what was going on with her. Lisa insists it wasn't a festering wound that killed her daughter, especially after seeing multiple doctors and having normal vitals just weeks before her death. Prosecutors contend that inside their seemingly ordinary suburban home, the Cunninghams were living anything but an ordinary life. They allege Sar suffered at the hands of neglectful parents, confined to a laundry room, often in a makeshift straitjacket. The truth remains fiercely debated, but one thing is certain: a little girl spent her final months in torment. It's always been such a mystery to us. Lisa laments why it is easier to believe that we tried to slowly kill her with this bizarre, delayed torture story than it is to simply accept that she entered into the early onset period of serious mental illness. Prosecutors claim Lisa and Jermaine used police, issued restraints, zip ties, and handcuffs on Sar. No, Lisa states unequivocally, "I never restrained or zip, tied, or handcuffed." You can't handcuff a 6-year-old. Yet, the state possesses multiple deleted text messages between Lisa and Jermaine, sent the night before Sar's death. One reads, "I have her standing with her hands behind her back, wrapped up in a headband, and she's still trying to act a fool." Another, "I don't want her to sleep with her hands behind her back. Some people can die like that." And chillingly, "I'm not having her groaning and screaming, keeping everyone up. She will be alive when you get here." Lisa argues these texts only prove their exhaustion, their desperation in caring for Sar without adequate support. "If you look at our lives from a distance and go through our messages," she says, "you're going to form your own opinions. No detective ever came in and said, 'I went through your phone, and this is what I found. Can you explain that to me?' Now I have to go to trial for the rest of my life based on the interpretation of strangers." Sar's death brought immediate action from child safety authorities. Lisa was deemed an unacceptable risk to her youngest children, Eva and Gabriel, who were taken into state custody. "It was like a bomb went off," Lisa recalls. "Now they're all gone, and how are we ever going to put this back together?" Her contact with them was reduced to short, supervised visits. Desperate, Lisa wrote prison letters to her Australian aunt, Denise Sweet, hoping her children could have the same Australian upbringing she had, but her family's pleas were ignored. Eva and Gabriel were moved 7 times in 2 years, injured in foster care, and even placed in a group home with 150 other children. Child safety worker Tammy Swain, initially tasked with observing Lisa to aid the murder case, became convinced of her innocence. "I believe that no murder has taken place in this case at all," Tammy asserts. She believes the medical community failed Sar, not Lisa. Certainly Lisa, but most of all, Sar. She was not given the opportunity to live. 3 of the 11 charges Lisa faces relate to failure to seek timely and adequate medical care. "How can you charge me with failing to put her in a treatment facility?" Lisa argues, "If the doctor that was treating her when she died said, She didn't need to go to a treatment facility. How does it get that backwards? It's an uncomfortable truth that prosecutors still don't know exactly what killed Sar. Lisa believes it was the Risperdal, the antipsychotic medication. Risperdal kills people all the time, she states, noting its links to deaths in both Australia and America. The doctor who prescribed it, John Zaropoulos, lives in an upmarket gated community in Phoenix.